assassin manga will always remain popular. There's a number of them currently running in Shonen Jump. Kiruru Kill Me is a standout amongst them, being a fun, raunchy series that sometimes reaches jalapeno level heights with its spiciness. It's a more cultured spy family. Haoi Nemo is a young wonder kid doctor that has it all. Billions of dolins, several degrees in science and medicine, a pharmaceutical, research, and medical equipment company, not to mention the absolute adoration and revere from his employees. But the one thing Haoi doesn't have is love. After spending so much time studying and working, he's never had any real experience with women. One day, he meets Kiruru Akaumi, falling in love at first sight. Using his government ties, Haoi finds out Kiruru is actually a rookie hitman, and he schemes an elaborate plan, taking extreme lengths to make sure that he can date Kiruru again. This is such an exciting manga. It does have spy family vibes in the early chapters, but it does get really quirky really quickly. Authored by Yasuhiro Kano, creator of M0, the story and art of KKM show you just how far a man with unlimited resources will go to get the one thing he cannot have. On the flip side, we see Kiruru, a young career woman who sees her current job as a hitman as something she absolutely must excel at. It's interesting to see these characters strive to accomplish their conflicting goals, all the while having outside interference from friends, co-workers, security detail, and so much more. The contrast between Haoi's methods to win Kiruru's affection and Kiruru's own desire to not have to rely on her sex appeal to eliminate a target is so colorful. You see a lot of morals explored and tested in KKM, all in a funny manner. It's interesting how the series gets more absurd and ecchi as chapters go on. I sometimes forget that Jump Plus allows for such sexually charged situations in select manga. KKM will give you a multi-layered gag per chapter that will successfully mix many different tropes, so there's something here for everyone. I'm not into ecchi, but I love complex humor. The manga, at its core, is very dark. Haoi's death wish quickly becomes perverse and shameless, and even his best friend, business partners, and employees cautioning him on his recent assassination attempts, body mods, and expenses on these dates. Kiruru is clearly a great assassin, but her work is continuously being called into question when she fails to kill Haoi. And as she doesn't know the identity of her employer for this mission, she thinks that all of these coincidental meetings with Haoi are just that. So yeah, there's definitely a strong undertone of dishonesty and avoiding doing the right thing. These characters want to do well, but sometimes the right thing to do is also the hardest thing to do, at least emotionally. The story kind of feels bland and repetitive at times cause it doesn't introduce any unique plot twists over the first few volumes. The cast expands, there's more bloodshed, titties, and money spent, and you start to see an increasing amount of tech and espionage used in the manga, which is actually a welcome change for a romance of this type, but not something earth-shattering for a shonen. I'll make a spy family comparison again, where that series focuses on the developing relationships between the Folger family during and in between missions together. KKM wants to develop each character's insecurities in close yet separate proximity. Kano explores how the lack of accountability in Kiruru makes relationships even more strained. Both series have the will they, won't they tell the truth and blatant lies, but I believe that Spy Family is much better at the execution of these tropes and adds so much more to its overall plot. So you'll have to love Kiruru for the more adult take on similar themes and endearing characters in order to see through the glaring similarities and appreciate the unique differences. The story eventually develops over time, but the characters? Let's just say fans of Pretty Face and M0 will love this series, but the flaws will start to reveal themselves over time. You do like the cast, but none of them are good people, and they wear their flaws out in the open often. This is by design, but a hard hurdle to jump, so stay for the sexy girls, cute rich boys, sleek yet understated art if that's your thing. All this being said, Kiruru Kill Me is a perfect complementary manga to those that enjoy Spy Family, but are looking for a little more zest, a bit more action. Ultimately, this is a tale about a slow burn romance buried underneath a web of lies. I enjoy these characters the same way you love-hate the cast from It's Always Sunny, and the mangaka is a talent that knows how to create an enjoyable series. If you've experienced workplace drama, an unhealthy sub-dom relationship, or an overly long, drawn-out, expensive, and incredibly painful lead-up to finally fucking your crush, then you'll love this series. I'm giving Kiruru Kill Me a 6 out of 10.